Hi, everybody. So we are approaching Christmas. It is the Monday before Christmas, and Christmas may look very different this year than we're used to. And so I wanted to talk today a little bit about obstacles and that what's coming and how we approach it is all about what's inside of us and not about what we see on the outside. It's our perspective. And, we've all seen the pictures where we've seen something that looks like, a hand that looks like this. Oops, that looks a little weird. Versus a hand that looks like this. Our perspective makes a huge difference. And different approaches can result in different results. This is an example of a Scotsman. And he was an extremely hard worker, and he expected all the men under him to do the same. And his men would tease him, and they said, "Scotty, didn't you know that Rome wasn't built in a day?" He'd say, "Yes, I know that, but I wasn't foreman on that job." You see, individuals whose attitudes cause them to approach life from a different perspective are not always understood. They are what some might call a no-limits person. In other words, they don't accept the normal limitations of life that most people do, and they're unwilling to accept the accepted. Their response to self-limiting conditions will probably be why instead of okay. They have limitations too. Their gifts are not that plentiful, but they're determined to walk to the very edge of their potential. I guess I could say that they're a little bit like the bumblebees. According to the theory of aerodynamics, as demonstrated through the wind tunnel tests, the bumblebee should not be able to fly because of the size, weight, and shape of its body in relationship to its total wingspan. Flying is scientifically impossible. The bumblebee, being ignorant of scientific theory, goes ahead and flies anyway and makes honey every day. So, can our obstacles actually enhance our attitude? In John Maxwell's book, Attitude 101, he says the greatest battle that you wage against failure occurs on the inside, not the outside. So often we fear failure. I want to tell you a story. Now, this is a story of an art teacher who did an experiment with his grading system for two groups of students. And it's a parable on the benefits of failure. So here's what happened. The ceramics teacher announced on opening day he was dividing the class into two groups. All those on the left side would be graded solely on the quantity of work they produced. All those on the right solely on its quality. Procedure was simple. On the final day of class, he would bring in his bathroom scale and weigh the work of the quantity group. 50 pounds of pots rated an A, 40 pounds a B, and so on. Those being graded on quality needed to produce just one pot, but a perfect pot to get an A. Well, come grading time, and a curious fact emerged. The works of the highest quality were all produced by the group being graded for quantity. It seems that while the quantity group was busy churning out piles of work and learning from their mistakes, the quality group had sat theorizing about perfection, and in the end had little more to show for their efforts than grandiose theories and a pile of clay. So, are you waiting to send the perfect message? Are you theorizing and crafting and waiting for the perfect time? Are you hesitating because you want it to be just so? Or you want the message or the post to be perfect? Or are you simply churning out posts and messages and requests and conversations and learning from what doesn't work and becoming better? suggest that as this week comes, you just simply create more conversations, talk to more people, be interested, listen, engage, be connected, and enjoy the time that you can connect with people. The future not only looks bright when the attitude is right, but the present is also much more enjoyable. The journey of success is as enjoyable as the destination. Have an awesome holiday, everyone.